The 7 biggest mistakes in video marketing.
And how to avoid them.
Let's get into it.
Video Mavericks, the small business video marketing podcast. Presented by Workshop Media. With your hosts, Brett and Jeff, sharing a combined 40 years of video production and marketing experience. Take it away.
You ever wonder why some videos flop?
Yeah.
I mean, like, why didn't that work? It feels like that, these just skyrocketed. They were so good. And, chances are the ones that were bad were probably doing at least one, if not all, of these mistakes.
Yeah. And sometimes you can just feel really good about something and it not work. And you go, I loved it so much. Mom said it was great.
Mom said it was great. Your mom was your focus group. But anyway, so today we're going to call out what those 7 biggest mistakes are and how you can avoid them to create videos that actually work and to start maybe feeling good about after you post because you're getting the engagement. You're seeing, the numbers go up. You're seeing some success.
And the important thing here is it's critical review of your own content. So this is starting to break down out, away from, I thought it was good. Yeah. And then trying to understand what are the pieces and parts that make up something that works or doesn't work, and how can you look at your content differently.
Yeah. Cool. So a lot of times you might unknowingly sabotage your own effort. And we always talk about a bad taste in your mouth. Like, video just doesn't work. I did it once and, it just didn't. I didn't get any customers. Nothing happened, whatever. And so fixing these things is going to change that. It really will.
Yep.
So let's identify what they are and how we can solve them. So the 7 biggest mistakes. Number 1, and this is, we talk about hooks a lot in all your content, but thinking about a quick scroll, thinking about short form content, social media platform content, your hook. You got to get people in the very beginning, right?
Yep. If they don't stop scrolling, they're not going to watch the rest of the content.
Right. So if you're boring, you got this long intro, that you may not get them. You may be losing a lot of potential audience, right?
It's important to know that you can find out if you have a weak hook in your analytics. So you'll be able to tell on most platforms how much, what percentage or how much time are people spending on a particular video. And if it is no more than 1 or 2%, 5% of the content, it means you didn't give them a reason to stick around.
Yep. And you're there you go. There's your answer. It's plain and simple, right?
They didn't get a chance to get to your favorite part.
Your favorite part, the part your mom likes so much. Yep. You didn't get a chance. So there's your first mistake right there. Number 2, talking about yourself, focusing on yourself.
Yep.
Instead
of focusing on what your audience wants or needs.
They're the hero, not you. I know it feels like you are. This is about your business, but in order to serve your customer well, solve their pain points, give them what they desire, they are the hero of the story. You're the guide.
Yep.
So make your content about them and how you help them.
It's worth acknowledging that celebrities and these super influencers, that's a whole different thing because they're selling themselves.
Right.
And so they're selling people's affinity for watching them talk about themselves. That's very different than small business marketing.
Yeah, and you're also, those influencers and content creators, they're not our audience for this podcast.
That's exactly right.
We also are not assuming that your business is
trying to do that same thing. So if that's the case, you probably already have figured this stuff out and you're doing your own version of it. Yep.
So number 3, overproduction, going over the top and not focusing on the authentic, purposeful content.
Yeah, so there's something to be said for having that DIY look, but that doesn't mean you should set aside quality. So overproduction and quality are 2 different things, and it's important to know the difference between you're doing too much and you're not doing enough.
Yeah, it's like chocolate or vanilla, 0 to 100. There's all these there's this gradient, right? There's variations to get there. You don't give up one to have the other. You still have good, you're saying there's good quality content, but it doesn't have to be over the top. It doesn't have to not fit your brand and your business.
That's right. And it can come across as fake. And so when we say overproduction, I think it's relatively synonymous with feeling fake, feeling forced. And that's not not it.
You went too professional. You tried so hard to present yourself in a way, and
you can go high quality. Mm-hmm. That's different.
You should go high quality.
That doesn't mean that you should give up who you are.
That's deep. Hey, don't give up on yourself, man. All right, number 4, no clear CTA, call to action.
People watch the content and they don't know what to do next. How can you possibly expect to create a conversion? Mm-hmm. You're trying to sell something.
So you start thinking, is there a click through? If we look at the back end of that content, what happened? They did watch, but then I'm not seeing an uptick. Nobody's reaching out. Nothing's happening. Well, there's no clear directive. They don't know what to do. And
the CTA it will be different from content to content. Mm-hmm. So you can't say I made a video and I didn't sell 500 new units. That's not fair. Right. If the goal was not to directly sell 500 new units, so your CTA needs to be set against a reasonable goal for that piece of content for a larger strategy. Yeah,
realistic. And so creating a piece of content and expecting 500 new sales or whatever, there's a lot of things that have to happen in there.
Yep.
So there's a lot of other things besides video marketing that have to take place for that to become,
right.
But having a CTA is important to drive the traffic to the next step. Number 5, one-off mentality. What does that mean?
A lack of consistency in your effort. You upload one piece of content and then you sit back and go, nice. I did it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can get a lot out of one piece of content, like a great deal. And we have a future episode that's going to talk about that. But you have to think about the strategy around creating, utilizing it, repurposing it. You have to really be thoughtful in how you're creating the content, what you're going to do with it, what it's going to do for you.
Yep.
Number 6, just flat out ignoring SEO, search engine optimization, or distributing the content. Sorry.
Oh man, this one's near and dear. When you create something that is, let's say you get everything else right, man, it is the perfect piece of content, and you made it, and you have it, and you upload it one time, and you go,
I did it,
but it didn't do the thing.
We say we call it posting and ghosting.
Yeah.
So I put it up. I made the video. I paid money for it. I did whatever.
Or in some cases, you make the video and you never even do that. I mean, that's literally happened.
Yeah.
There's content. You make content and never sees anyone. How in the world could you possibly expect it to be effective in whatever it is that you're trying to do if you didn't have a plan for where it's going to go? And you got to start at the very beginning of all of this, understanding where it's going to go and who you're speaking to, and then having a plan for getting it to them in the end. If you don't know where it's going to go, how could you possibly expect it to do anything?
Okay, so number 7, the 7th biggest mistake in video marketing, no performance tracking.
Yeah.
You're not actually, so you are doing it, maybe you are posting it, but you're not actually looking to see if anything happened. You're not looking to see where there is fall off.
You can't improve if you don't understand what's happening on a very basic level.
Yeah. That was another really kind of just like powerful commentary coming from Brett. Can't improve if you
don't know what's happening.
I like that. You're exactly right. You can't improve. You'll just you take another swing at video. You just be making another kind of wild, broad swing at it. You may get the same results. You may you may be worse off. You may luck into something good, but you won't know unless you're looking at it, right?
I think that one, the possibility of putting something out there and it doing extremely well, and then you make another one and it doesn't. And you did, by all accounts, everything was the same. Mm-hmm. Well, why?
I'm just going to fall back to video doesn't work for my business.
Yeah, that's outrageous. I mean, the performance tracking is so incredibly critical, and it can't be overstated. You have to understand how, number one, how are you going to get it to people? Mm-hmm. Number 6 on our list, and then have a plan for checking and adjusting.
Right, rapid fire. Top 7.
Number 1.
A weak hook.
Weak hook. Number 2, talking about yourself. Mm-hmm. Number 3, overproduction and a lack of authenticity. Number 4,
there's no clear CTA, not driving them to their next step. Number 5, one-off mentality, just thinking that one's going to work. There's no consistency in your plan to talk to your customers online. Number 6,
ignoring SEO and distribution,
posting and ghosting.
That's it.
And number 7, no performance tracking.
No idea what's happening or why it's happening.
So why do these kill your results? Why are these mistakes so important to fix?
I mean, we've kind of hit them on each of these individually, but generally speaking, attention spans are short. You got to hook people up front.
Yep.
People don't care about your business until you make it about them.
And let's just be flat out. Let's be real about it. They care about their own problems and how they can get them fixed, right? And so
you got to have them in mind at every single turn, and that is from the content that you're making to where you're going to put it and how you're going to get it there, and you're going to make sure they see it. Without a CTA, the engagement is either non-existent or it's not performing.
Yeah.
And then
because you need action. Like we get back on this, like the sort of vanity metrics, like you need action. You need people to do something, not just the views, right? We don't just want your view count to go up, because that can get you in trouble. People are seeing it, but nothing's happening. There's no click through. There's no engagement. Nothing's happening. You just ended up.
People also see bad press.
That's right. And there might not be action on that either, right?
So there's views, but views don't always equate to positive outcomes.
That's right. They are important, but they, are views dollars, right?
Yep.
So, and the next one, no tracking, no optimization. That stuff we've kind of beat up a little bit, but you can't improve what you don't measure.
Yep.
How do we fix them? How do we fix this for the business? How do we get around these 7 mistakes and start really creating some impactful content that does work?
Well, I mean, you should be looking at hooks and writing hooks that actually capture people. So these are like a bold statement or a question, essentially pique curiosity, and you can look to the stuff that's working in your feed. What's stopping you?
Yep,
is a great place to look for inspiration in hooks.
If you know your customers' pain points, if you know that information, you have a good footing on your business and how you're solving problems, what you exist to solve in the world. You'll be able to kind of come up with that. You just think through. You're saying, what's working out there, and think of your own business and how can you apply that to yours? And you don't want to be clickbaity though. But
you're right.
You want to have something purpose. You want to stop the scroll with something that's meaningful, because you don't want somebody to have this kind of false belief of what they stopped for, and then
the bait and switch.
Yeah, that's right. You kind of you bamboozled me. You bamboozled me.
And that goes straight into focusing on the customer. And that's just understand that they should be front of mind, and you should be thinking about them in the content that you're making.
Yeah.
What do they want? What's going to be entertaining and informative and interesting?
You're the Gandalf to their Frodo.
I'll take it. And then, prioritizing authenticity over polish. You need to have high quality content. We fundamentally believe in high quality content. But if it's not authentic and it comes across as this sort of fake facade, people are going to see right through it. They don't want to be a part of that. It doesn't come across as trustworthy.
It could do harm to your brand, right? Always have a CTA. Follow for more tips. Learn more. Visit our website. Give us a call. Fill out the questionnaire. Whatever it is, just think about the content and the journey your customer's on. What happens now? They've been educated. They've been entertained. They've been inspired. But I'm going to keep scrolling. Oh wait, they need me to go to the next step to download this framework for whatever. They need me to do the next thing. And I'm motivated to do so because the content was good. Yeah.
You were thinking about me.
All right. So commit to a schedule. That's going to get past that kind of one video mentality, right? It's going to fix that. Think about what happens next for your journey in creating the content for your customers.
Consistency is key.
Yep. Promote strategically. It's another way to get around this, right?
Yep. And that goes to that SEO and distribution side is, know what you're doing. You don't have to complicate it, at least when you're getting started.
Yep.
You don't have to have all of the answers and the perfect posting and uploading strategy. You just need to have a plan for where it's going to go at a very basic level. Are you a LinkedIn company or are you an Instagram company? Are you talking to your customers on the website, or are you talking to them over on Facebook? Or what is the weight there? Where should you be putting your energy and meeting people where they are?
And you can check out some of our other episodes on
what those mean.
On what platforms might work for your business and the types of videos that work there.
Yeah.
But don't just post and ghost, right? So get on there and post videos on the platforms that make the most sense, and then ask questions on there. Drum up some conversation in the comments, have a CTA in the description, and really utilize the content as a starting point for more conversations.
It's a tool to get people engaged.
Yeah. And then another one, I think we've said it, is just data to improve. Use the data to make your next video even better. Or you can pull the last video down and redo it because you saw that it was a huge flop, A
lot of those platforms will have loads of resources on how to access the individual data and what that data generally means. And we talked about it a lot in other episodes, but it's worth even just a quick Google search to understand those key metrics and which ones matter the most on which platforms. So that's it. That's the 7 biggest mistakes in video marketing.
And how to fix them.
Easy as that. So you should be looking at your content, looking at the things that you're doing, and being critical of it.
Mm-hmm.
And just look for improvement at every single turn. And if you haven't started with video marketing, start here and keep these things in mind as you're moving forward.
All right, so make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We drop episodes weekly to help small business owners and business leaders use video marketing to grow and scale their operations.